So picture this. I had just finished Foundation and Empire, which is a really good book, but not a lot of action, if you know what I mean. And next thing I was set to pick up was Fahrenheit 451, which I'm sure is an amazing book as well. But then I realized I needed some action, I needed some blood, I needed some violence, I needed Joe Abercrombie. Now, this is the first standalone in the First Law, Best Served Cold. I was really excited to pick this up, and I loved it, but I didn't like it. This wasn't my favorite First Law book. It wasn't my, Joe Abercrombie #1. I think that still goes to Last Argument of Kings, but I'll have a spoiler-free and spoiler discussion to talk about it. I had some gripes with it, but also I some things it did really well. So this is going to be a mixed review, some good, some bad, not overly critical, it's not overly praising, but it's just going to be like a kind of a medium balanced review. So if you want to see that, get ready. So spoiler free, I liked it a lot. I did think it was a very good book. I had some problems with it. It is a revenge tale at its core. And as a revenge tales go, I'm going to say Raging Dragons did the revenge thing better. But what Joe Abercrombie did in this book was exercise the grim dark really well. Not just bloody, that is grim dark, but what it did is characters who I thought were friends, characters who I enjoyed, characters like this band, it didn't show up like a normal fantasy story would. It would show up like a grim dark story. It was very honest to the real world, and that's what I really loved about it. The revenge is really good, but I didn't feel for the revenge. I didn't care about it as I did in Raging Dragons, but what I saw in the Grimdark really scared me of what Joe Abercrombie chose to do with these characters, and that's what I love about it. It was not the revenge that did it really good, even though our character is very motivated by revenge. I didn't really feel that just like she did. I did think a lot of great characters. Friendly, Monsquero, Morvier, Costco, Vatari. That was a good group. I liked all the characters in the group. With the exception of Vatari, I never really got to know or care about Vatari that much. But other than that, I really liked all the characters. I really liked what he did with them. It was a good book. It's just it wasn't really what I was a revenge tale I was looking for, but it was the grimdark tale I was looking for, if that makes sense. All right, spoiler-free peeps. I'm sorry, but that's it. I will talk about spoilers. This is a revenge tale. If you want to be spoiled what she's mad about, I wouldn't. I would kind of leave. Because this is a good book, and I definitely recommend you reading it. Alright, so Revenge, this is spoilers, I'm going to be talking about Benna and Monsquero, which at the very start, he dies, and that's what the first problem I had was, I didn't get enough time to know Benna. I did not know Benna barely at all. And in Joe Abercrombie's defense, he does a lot with these characters in the 10 pages I knew Benna. But I didn't care for him that much. I didn't want to, get revenge for Benna as much as she did. And I think that was a problem. They didn't really care for that. So I wasn't really invested in the story. One of the reasons why this took me 2 weeks to complete was I wasn't invested. I liked it a lot, but I wasn't invested in what she was doing. Yep, and so that's already from the start, but I'm gonna talk about one thing I love. She makes this band of people like Vatari, Costco, Morvier shivers, and these people are just people who I thought I loved. I had a notion, and I loved. But what I love about this is it doesn't go your normal revenge tale way. It doesn't go, oh, let's just get Duke Orso and the other people who betrayed me, and we'll win and we'll have a merry old time. It does not go like that. That's what I love about it. It does not go like that. Duke Orso doesn't end up being defeated, but everyone, there's trading, there's treachery, there's trading, Morvier is a traitor. He tries to kill Monsquero and many other people. Someone who I thought I cared about, Morvier. Joe Abercrombie, since he's a grimdark author, he's just gonna tell him, no, he's not the best, because we know these people aren't good people. Costco is obviously not a good person, but still, to see, what he does, is not good, because we know he's a good person, but we kind of assume that now they're with our main characters, they're gonna be good now. They changed. But no, that's not the case, and Joe Abercrombie reminds us of this in this book, and that's what I love about it. I love it how Morvier switches, Costco And someone as I love as much as Friendly, they didn't fully trade, but they kind of left, you know? They fled. They thought they were going home, but they kind of more allies. Morveer kind of like tried to kill them, and what happened with Morveer and Day was terrible because I thought I knew Day and Morveer, and then Morveer kills Day, the assistant who he actually did really admire, and he kind of runs off and he starts trying to kill people because he's the master poisoner. Costco is the drunk who like wasn't a drunk anymore. He didn't drink until the very end. He started drinking again, but like because that was really interesting, like just how Morveer tried to kill Costco, but it didn't end up that way. What happened with Shivers and Monsquero was really, really interesting. Especially the scene of the torture scene where his eye got burnt out. Him saying it should have been you, because their relationship is very complicated to say the least. Because they're good friends, but also Shivers did not look at her the same ever since she got burnt, and he is now missing an eye. Shivers is the one with connections to the First Law trilogy, especially with like Logan Nine Fingers and the Dogman. He's a Northman, of course, and I just love to hear anything about the Dogman and Logan Nine Fingers and everything he says or everything that Shivers learned from him. Really, I was just that's so cool. But every time I hear the Bloody Nine, it's just I'm so excited. Like whenever I hear the Bloody Nine, I'm automatically really, really interested and really like. Bloody Nine is one of my favorite characters. It's just really blows me away at how epic, on how deep the Bloody Nine is. And so even when he was mentioned in this book, I was super happy. Yep, again, as I said, Shiloh Vitari, I had no connection to whatsoever. She was not really a main character. She's the redhead. But I just didn't really, have a big connection to her. And this whole book was kind of let's kill each person of the 7 people they were counting. Friendly, who I love, he loves numbers, and I just love it how like all the numbers went to him, and at the end he wanted to go to prison, but it didn't turn out that way. Costco kind of tells him, you gotta look ahead, and I love that scene. I just love how Friendly turned out. Friendly, I think he's mentally ill, but like he loves the numbers, and he likes to count things, and it's just really like fun to see how he does that. I just laugh every time. But this book you gotta kind of go from 1 to 1 trying to kill them, and it doesn't turn out exactly how they wanted. Would like a lot of their people die. Like Shivers was supposed to die because he actually turned on Monsquero, and that was scary. Like people who I thought were both of my main characters, they just turned on each other. I never really had the biggest care for Monsquero. I mean, I didn't hate her in any way. She wasn't my favorite character in this book by far. And and that happened, and Friendly tries to save her, and Shivers is going crazy, and Shivers is supposed to die, but like Monsquero lets him go. Because, like, the thought on vengeance, like, at the start, Shivers was a very chill guy. He liked non-conflict, and now at the end, he couldn't be more different. You can see this change in Shivers, especially from the one moment with his eye. And that arc comes to a close when he attacks Monsquero, because Monsquero is paying all these people to be on his crew. But it all comes to a close there, and that was really cool just to see him let go. See how it all ends up. The ending was really excellent for this book, in my opinion. I had a lot of fun with the ending. It was really, really good. And just everything about this book I really enjoyed. But my dog is making an appearance because he's nagging me. But I think the book was really good. I just didn't have the revenge. The revenge part wasn't my favorite part of this book. So that's the reason why it took me like 2 weeks to finish. But I really did enjoy it. It's a great grimdark book, and out of the Joe Abercrombie books, this executes the idea of grimdark the best, and I'm really, really happy it did that. So that was really fun. So I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't perfect. It really wasn't my favorite Joe Abercrombie book, but I did see the appeal of it, and I'm super excited to read Red Country and The Heroes, and eventually The Age of Madness, which is recently concluded the Wisdom of Crowds. That's what kind of inspired me to read this. And this was my review for actually the 4th book in the First Law world by Joe Abercrombie. I'm really excited. I don't know when the next Abercrombie books I will read, but I think I'll get to like the next standalone in December. Hopefully, I'll get through them eventually. I want to read all the First Law books. But I think that was the video for today. See you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe to show your support and comment to talk about what you like the book. we'll have a talk in the comments below. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.